Welcome back to Power Your Life, and I'm your host, Joanne White. The holidays are here, and so are all the goodies, the cakes, the candies, and oh, those cocktails. It's no surprise we put on a few extra pounds this time of year, but if we keep up the exercise, we can reduce the weight gain. We have here personal fitness trainer Eraldo Maglara, and he's here to help us tone our bodies and our minds and get great results. Thank you for being here, Eraldo.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And you go to people's homes, right?
I do. I do go to people's homes. It just seems to work for a lot of people that way. It kind of eliminates the excuse for going to the gym. A lot of people just don't like that gym, the space and everything else. They just don't like it that much. So I go to their home.
You know, that's true, because every time I go to a gym and I'm sitting next to somebody and we're exercising, we each share that it's been so hard to get here. Mm-hmm. We had to think so hard to bring ourselves there. But
right.
Once you're doing the exercises, it makes you feel great and motivated. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about some of the exercises that are going to help us tone our minds and our bodies.
Well, some of the basic exercises that I like to start off with are some of the functional exercises, which is something that you do on a daily activity. So basically like a squat. You squat all the time. When you eat, you squat. When you're writing or something, you squat. You work on a computer, you're squatting down. And when you're driving, you're in a squatted position. So basically, if I can show you what a squat is, basically,
Please.
It's just up and down. Just something very simple. You can do this at your desk when you're at work. Just coming up and down, nice and easy. Trying to, just like that. That's right. Tighten your core.
It's tight.
It's tight.
I'm holding it in all the time.
Right. Tighten your core and just basically just go up and down. Very nice and very simple. So that's a squat.
So you know what? We don't have any excuses.
We don't. We do not have any excuses, right?
Okay, so that's a squat that everybody can do, even if they're in the office or sitting reading a book, or you can't necessarily do it in your car because you don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, that
but you don't have an excuse.
Correct.
Okay, so show us something else.
Something else that I like to do is called presses. So basically where you get your hands like this, you don't necessarily have to have weights. If I just do simply like this and press real up and then come real down, although I don't have any weights, my body doesn't know that. So I'm just making believe I own weights, and slowly I come down. So now you're working your shoulder muscles.
Well, I also feel it
and
here.
And you're working as well, and your triceps and everything else.
So you know what? We're fooling our bodies because we're actually telling our bodies that we're having weight, but we don't. So we're using our own body weight.
Our own body weight.
That's amazing. I love it.
That's right.
And it is painless because when I'm at the gym and I'm lifting, 25, 30-pound weights, that hurts sometimes. But this, you could also use anything that you find in your kitchen, right?
Absolutely right. You could, sometimes I'll get like a can of coffee, a coffee can. I'll fill it in with dirt, and I can use that as a weight. Body doesn't know. Or a heavy book. You can just use your own creativity and pretend that it's a weight, and your body will know the difference.
Speaking of books, and this is my gift, so thank you very much.
That's right.
Eraldo wrote this book, The Real Fountain of Youth, Simple Life Changes for Productive Longevity, and great picture.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this book, and what is the real fountain of youth?
Well, believe it or not, the real fountain of youth, we all have the real fountain of youth. Some people will look for that magical fountain in the back in the days. Oh, I got to go to the fountain and get a drink of water so I can stay nice and healthy and young. When the matter of fact is, like something like this, for example. That's right. It might be, but it's all of us, really. So you just have to tap into that, which is basically exercising, nutrition, and the mental aspect of which is most important. You have to have a mental attitude ready for exercise and a change in your life, as you know, to make things happen, and it's so important.
You know, exercise actually does help with mental acuity, with alertness. It makes you feel good. Mm-hmm. It helps with your libido. And it does a whole lot of other wonderful things. And there's so much research right now that says it keeps you young, so that's very important. What do you do with the folks that you go to see, and also with your program that you have on YouTube, Fitness by Eraldo? What are you teaching them about nutrition as well?
Well, basically there are some things that you need. I'm not a nutritionist, but I can give some general ideas of what to avoid. Like fried food, it's something that's just not quite right. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't taste good. I mean, it might taste good to some people, but you want to try to avoid as many of the fried foods as you can. Fats. Try to stay away from a lot of the fats, which are not good. Basically, just use your own common sense. Include some veggies, include some fruits. Be proactive. Have a mental positive attitude about that.
And I think that's great. I think it's so really important. But we're going to go back to exercise in a minute. I had a client who was saying her husband is in his 60s, and she said he's still eating French fries and fried food. She says, how come he's not getting it? So how come he's not getting it, right?
Well, basically, it's tough when you get older. I mean, as you get older, I guess it's a learning curve. You have to appreciate the benefits of it, but it's very simple. Eliminate all that. Enjoy the fruits. Enjoy the veggies.
Show us one more exercise because we're going to take a break.
Okay, cool. One exercise that I normally do is just pretend that you have a dumbbell here and just flex your arm, just like this, nice and slow.
And again, you're using your own body weight.
That's correct.
I love it.
This is very common when you're picking up, say, a baby or you're picking up something to shelf. So.
Folks, it's wonderful, and you can, again, no excuses.
That's right.
Thank you so much. We'll take a short break, but when we come back, it's the Rebel Chef, Terry French. What's this extreme chef cooking up today? Find out in just a few minutes. Thanks, Eraldo.
You're welcome.